Welcome! It's a great day to be a miner. In today's video, we've been mining Ergo for a week solid. Let's talk some nerdy numbers. But first, let's spin that intro. Alright, I have now been mining Ergo for just over a week, and I wanted to share with you exactly how much I've been making and show you all the nerdy numbers, what you could expect if you were mining, and how to calculate if this is profitability now and the profitability in the future. Because really right now we should be spec mining, we should stack bags, and try to hit that gold for the next market upswing, whenever that may be. So here are my results. This is the pool I'm on, 2 miners pool, and Ergo is a really pretty solid project with a good developer background on it and a good backing by the community. So that's why I picked this as my second coin to jump onto. I just made a small bag of EthW first. I'm gonna stack a fairly decent bag of Ergo. I think I'll just probably mine like 100 just to set aside, and then I'll probably move to my next spec coin after that. So here we go. Here's what I have running. I have 4 rigs running. Technically I have 3 rigs plus the 2 graphics cards in this computer. I'll go over exactly all the cards that we have, but here's what I'm at. I'm doing about 5.1 gigahash on the pool. That shows 4 workers offline, which I've actually turned this worker offline because when I'm trying to actually stream or record and using the 3080 and the 3060 Ti mining at the same time, it just doesn't work. It makes it even more choppy than it kind of gets anyway. So anyhow, you can see right here that my total paid is 24.14, but that's not in 7 days. My total paid in 7 days is actually like 20 point something. So let's jump over and look at the nerdy numbers now that you're seeing. This is telling me that I should be earning about 3.09 ERG per day, and I'm actually earning slightly under 3 in that 7-day period. So let's jump over and look at the nerdy numbers. Alright, so here are the rigs that are running. The first rig is my stable, most solid rig I've built in a long time, and it's my RTX 3070/3060 Ti rig, and I call that one Cortana. That one was my first 30 series rig I built. As soon as the 30 series started dropping out and I was able to accumulate 8 of them, that's when that rig got built out. Actually, I think I probably built it out with 6 until I got the next 2, and then it moved up to 8. And it's running 1.19 gigahash. And then I've actually added the power in here too, because we want to see how much this thing's making compared to how much it's paying or charging me for the electricity. So it's using 861 watts in the mining software, but at the wall, it's using 1054 watts. Then I have my house PC here, my main station, battle station. It's got a 3080 Founders, it's got a 3060 Ti Founders, and both of those cards are really solid. It's doing 395 megahash, so I just put it as 0.395 gigahash, and it's doing 342 watts in software, 450 at the wall. Master Chief and ODST are my 2 biggest rigs. They're both in the mining layer, and they both have 12 full Hashrate 3070s in them, and they are both doing about 1.85 gigahash on Ergo, and one's running 1220 in the software, one's running 1268 in the software, and one's doing 1450 at the wall, one's doing 1480 at the wall. So those are using quite a bit of juice. And then the total number that I'm running on ERG for this week-long test, I had 28 3070s, 4 3060 Ti's, and 1 3080. So there's my totals, and that's made 5.285 gigahash at a total of 34 watts at the wall. At the wall is much more of an important spec than ever what the software gives you, because the software will give you what the cards are running. But if you've got a big rig, you're running higher RPM fans, you got some of that pretty RGB to add the hash rate. That's going to add a little bit of extra wattage. And so what we care about is the bottom line, and the bottom line is what that rig is using at the wall. So next, I wanted to see how much this electricity at the wall is costing me. So I went over here and I went to the energy usage calculator. Let me just show you that real quick. Okay, this is the one I prefer to use. It's called energyusecalculator.com, and it's fairly close. I mean, none of them are going to be exactly on, but it is fairly close from real world to what the calculations on this are over. I've been using this now for a few years, and it's really pretty accurate. So the first thing you do is you load the energyusagecalculator.com. And so what I did was I selected the computer. Really, you can select anything because you're putting in your cost and whatnot. So we're going to go down. So I'm going down to here in the middle, and I'm going to select my hours per day usage. So I'm going to put 24 hours per day. We're going to use this. And then we want to put in our total wattage that we're using. 4434. 4434, and then we're going to change my price per kilowatt hour. I know that I'm getting around 11 cents per kilowatt hour, which is actually pretty good compared to a lot of places. It's probably closer to 11.5, but we're just going to calculate it at 0.11. And there, right there, it's telling me my cost per hour, cost per day, cost per month, cost per year. So what we're really want to know first is just our cost per day, 1170, about 1170s, 1171. And then I moved that over onto our handy dandy spreadsheet here. So there's 24 hours a day. There's our total wattage. There is our price per kilowatt hour, and there's our cost per day. I put 1171 per day. So now, how much Ergo did we earn in 7 days? We earned 20.1 actually paid out to the wallet in those 7 days. Then I went ahead and grabbed the value per coin, and to grab the value per coin, it does list it on 2 miners, and it will give you an estimate of how much it's worth at that current point and how much you're making per day according to your current hash rate. And to get the actual value though, I went to CoinMarketCap and grabbed the current value from CoinMarketCap because it's very close to the actual value. And then I went ahead and I calculated how much did we earn right this moment at this time, how much was it worth. So 1 week of mining with all those cards earned me $44.56 worth of Ergo. If I went and cashed that out right now with no fees included, I would have made $44.56 of Ergo. Okay, but how much did I pay in electricity? I paid $81.97 to earn that $44.56 worth of Ergo. So that doesn't make much sense, does it? So we just paid $36 of over cost to mine that rather than just buying it. We're going to get into that in a minute, but what I went ahead and did was I went, okay, well, let's look at Ergo at the all-time high. And to get that all-time high of Ergo, I went to CoinMarketCap, I selected Ergo, ERG, and then I went to the 1 year chart, and you can actually do an all-time chart if you want, but I went to the 1 year chart and I went and found the very peak, which was 1048. So the all-time high for Ergo was 1048 that I could find quickly. So hypothetically, you mine this bag and then you cash it out when it's back to that all-time high. In 2 years or 2 months or whenever the crypto market recovers and it gets boomed back up, it could be 2 years before we get back up, because that's the reality of the cyclical nature of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and where Bitcoin goes, the whole market follows. So that's how it's been traditionally. It goes up, it goes down, it takes a long time to build back up, but once it does, we're gonna boom. And as long as this project is still strong and has been working to advance that entire time, which I think they can do it, then we're gonna have a decent bag, because each Ergo would be worth 1048. So 1048 a day, well, let's see how much that would have been in a week. So let's extrapolate that out. How much Ergo would we make in a week in US dollars if it were back to the all-time high? Well, that would be $140 worth in a week, and we would have spent $81.97 in electricity. So that would be some pretty decent profit. So essentially that turns into a profit of $58.73 per week on these 33 graphics cards running on Ergo continuously on the 2 miner pool. And so over a year, that would be a profit of $67.09. If I mined for an entire year and the difficulty, the hash rate, the payouts stayed exactly the same, which that's unrealistic because nobody knows what the future holds. But if those things were all equal throughout an entire year, it would cost me $4,274 in electricity. I would make $10,983 worth of Ergo, essentially $11,000, and I would make a profit of $6,700. And this is what spec mining is about. So let's discuss the thought process of mining these speculative coins, these altcoins, and stacking a bag. First, let's start with the disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Never invest anything that you cannot afford to lose. Do not overextend yourself, and especially do not pay so much in electric costs that you're putting yourself, your family, or anyone else in a bad place. If your electric cost is 25 cents per kilowatt hour, I don't know that I could advise many spec coins to even mine, because even if you're getting a big boom at the end, I don't know that it was worth that much cost. So do what's best for your situation. Do your own research on your altcoins. Research the projects. Research the backing of these projects. So why would you mine it at a loss? Yes, you can easily make even more profit just by simply buying the coins, the altcoins, and holding them. Hodl these coins until the future, until they go up. You've got a bag. It's the same process. It's just instead of mining, you're buying. But why would you not do that? Why would you mine instead? Because we're miners. We're miners at heart. We already have the hardware. Many of us don't buy and sell the crypto because those are additional taxable actions, and we simply don't want to take on those additional actions. Also, mining strengthens the blockchain. It verifies transactions. It solves the equation. It makes the pools more diverse and spread apart. You avoid 51% attacks. It's just good for the overall network to have more hash rate in various places for a proof of work algorithm. And finally, it's coming to be winter soon, and these rigs can provide extra heat. For me, I have 4 rigs in my basement, currently 2 of them, which are the 3070 rigs, 12 by 3070, so I've got 24 graphics cards running in the basement. It's an unfinished basement. That hot air rises right up and provides radiant heat on the floor, which then comes up into the entire house. So essentially, yeah, it's costing us some in electric, but it's also lowering the electric or the gas bill slightly depending on which you're using. And yeah, so that just about wraps it up. And after a week of mining Ergo, we have earned 20.1 Ergo, and that's using 5.285 gigahash and using 4,434 watts at the wall. And so definitely mining at a loss, but man, let's keep our eyes on the future. You know what? Let's plug in the real all-time high of Ergo and get some numbers. All right. We're going to plug in the 1874 because that was the all-time high, at least the all-time high from this bull run. So that makes us having $53 worth a day. That's daily profit of $42.10, and that would be a yearly profit after electricity of $15,000. Now, who couldn't use an extra $15,000 after a year of mining? Don't get the weak hands. Don't put yourself out, but man, mining like this speculatively, there is so much opportunity in the long run. So that should just about wrap it up. Let's go ahead and cut to that outro. Well, there you have it. Altcoin season, baby. She's in full swing. What are you mining? What is your favorite speculative coin to mine? Make sure to put it down in the comments below. If you're new to mining or you need some help, make sure to join the Misfit Mining Discord. There's always plenty of seasoned vets in there willing to help you out. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Thanks for coming along and enjoy the ride. Pew!